Coming up on baseball tonight, round two with the Bo Sox and the Yanks. Jorge Posada involved. We got Chipper Jones at Enron. The roof. They closed the roof. And Sammy and the Cubbies as well. A long afternoon by the Bay. It's baseball tonight. Coming up now. Everybody, it is baseball tonight. Brian Kenny, Jason Stark, and Dave Campbell here with you. We got all three divisions tight in the American League, and two of them first and second place going head-to-head. Let's get right to it. Start off in the Central. We'll get to the Bronx next. Don't worry. 2-3 in Chicago. White Sox lead the Trot by a game and a half going in, and Jarrett Wright in trouble early. Jose Valentin with a man on, rips this deep, rips it out. His seventh of the season. It's a 2-0 ball game. Maglio Ordonez, same inning. Long fly to center field. Kenny Lofton going back. Kenny Lofton, sign of things to come off the wall. Got it up there, but that's an error on Lofton. Ordonez to second, and then Jeff Abbott, base hit going the other way. That's going to come in. Next man up, Herbert Perry. Perry up here, ripping this one. Putting that down there, second and third, nobody out. The White Sox putting a hurting on these guys. Same inning, Ray Durham. I've done this to a lot of people. Ray Durham, full count. Ew. Bases loaded, one out. But Jason Wright, has some velocity here, but just all over the place.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Brian. Now, what has happened to Jarrett Wright when he goes bad is he overthrows his fastball, forgets to pitch, and you see it here, and this is back to Valentin. Fastball, 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 fouls off a fastball, fouls off another fastball. So at this point, he just looks fastball, lays off the breaking ball, another fastball down the middle, double. Abbott, Perry, Durham coming home. 3 runs will score. Okay, Sox up 5-zip. 5 RBIs for Valentin in 2 innings.
The next man up is the Big Hurt. Doesn't get any better. Big Hurt gets a rip on that. Frank Thomas rips that. Valentin will score. Thomas puts the Sox up here. And yeah, Frank Thomas, 32 years old. He'd be enjoying his birthday. Right, meantime, not enjoying this one. Charlie Manuel says, hey, we'll get him next time. He went 1 1/3. Give him 7 earned runs. Not done. Valentin in the third crushes this. Bouncer off the wall. That'll be 2. A double for Valentin. He's a single away from the cycle. 6 RBIs for Valentin. Valentin in the 7th. Just needs that base hit. Rips this. Travis Fryman up, pumps. No cycle tonight. Indeed. Valentin 3 for 4, 6 RBIs. Valentin on deck later in this game. Ray Durham, DP. So close. Almost got another chance in this one. And then 14-3. White Sox putting a hurting on the Indians. The White Sox lead the Indians by a game and a half going in, so they can make it 2.5 in this one. Manny Ramirez 3 for 3. Valentin, though, 3 for 4. Again, the 6 RBIs. Jim Parquet, by the way, 7 1/3. Gives up 2 earned runs. Bartolo Colon and Kip Wells in the finale on Sunday. So Valentin with a cycle in order last month, almost the reverse this time. Now, this is more rare than I think people think. It's kind of an oddity more than a rarity, but it doesn't happen very often.
No, I agree. Now, there have been only 3 more no-hitters than cycles. So this is rare, and what Jose Valentin almost did was really rare. Now, let's go back to 1 month ago today, the 27th. First inning, we got a little bunt single. So that's 1 leg of that cycle. Second inning, the double. So that's single, double. See where I'm heading here, Brian?
I'm going.
Third inning, we got a triple. Single, double, triple. 7th inning, there's the homer. So he went single, double, triple, homer, the natural cycle on April 27th. Now today, we went homer, triple, double. He almost had the unnatural cycle. Did it in reverse. Now, I covered baseball for 15 years before I ever saw a cycle. As you said, it's not necessarily meaningful, but it's one of the things that makes baseball special. And I can't wait to see what Jose Valentin does on June 27th.
Pretty soon we'll be breaking down natural cycles in late inning pressure situations. We'll have the stats on that as well. From the Central, go to the AL East right now. The Red Sox reasonably successful against the Yankees through the years. In 811 games played all time, the Red Sox going in with a 7-game lead. Now, last year, the Sox went 8-4 against the Yankees in the regular season, kind of like 1939 Yankees, one of the greatest teams of all time. Both Sox won the season series. Playoffs, of course, different story, especially last year. Pick this one up. Derek Jeter chartered his own plane to get back a day early. He played in a minor league game Friday night. Nomar coming back off the DL as well. Orlando Hernandez, a tight back, would not play in this game. Jason Grimsley comes on instead. Grimsley a little wild here to trot Nixon. Darren Lewis going to score from third. It's a 2-0 Red Sox lead in the third. After this, Jeff Fry leading off third, laying that down. Trot Nixon, squeeze. Fry scores 3-0 Red Sox. Dave, after that, a little inside pitching.
Yeah, a little dicey. Brian Daubach had to skip rope in the first inning to jump out of the way of pitch. In the third inning, he couldn't right after the squeeze play. Jimmy Williams going, okay. Brian Rose, 2 outs, nobody on in the third, hits Ricky Leday in about the same spot. Yeah, was he or not, we'll get to that in a second. But following up comes Derek Jeter. Solid single to center, so welcome back to Derek Jeter. He's into the hit column.
3 for 4 in this one, too, Dave. First game back, 2 on, 2 out. Paul O'Neill, base hit. Ricky Leday is going to score. It's a 3-1 Red Sox lead. Leday warming up after this. Top of the fourth. This rip John Valentin with this drive. And Leday says, keep me in left field, making a leaping grab. Then bottom of the fifth. Now it's a 3-2 Red Sox lead. And Brian Rose to Leday. That's a nice-looking swing. Leday rips this deep. And ripping this one out. His third of the year, although he's been struggling. Game tied 3-3. Later on, 2 on, 5-3 Yankees. Paul O'Neill with 2 men on. That on Tim Young, 3-run shot. O'Neill 2 for 4, 4 RBIs. Yankees blow it open. It's an 8-3 game, and they'll go to the bullpen, Jason, and usually the Yankee pen just takes over.
Yeah, what separates the Yankees from almost everybody in baseball is their bullpen. They're the only bullpen in baseball with an ERA under 3. Today, Mike Stanton striking out Brian Daubach through 55 pitches, 3 shutout innings, pops up Jason Varitek here. The Yankees prove that you can still have a good bullpen. It's almost impossible. Now, Mariano Rivera in this game because he has not had a save opportunity since May 8th, but he closes out Yankee bullpen 4 innings, no runs, 4 whiffs, victory.
Jason Grimsley filling in for El Duque. He goes 5, gives up 3 runs. Then Mike Stanton, 3 shutout innings. Then you saw Rivera. Jeter had been 0 for 14, by the way, before going on the DL. He calls the rehab assignment in Tampa a blessing in disguise. Comes back sharp. The Yankees and Red Sox 1-2 in the American League in bullpen ERA. The pen summited in the game, knotted at 3 relievers for Boston, yielding 5 runs in 4 innings. Yankees pen did the job. Yankee Red Sox, by the way, type of attendance, 55,671. Should be a few there on Sunday as well. You got Pedro and you got Clemens and Dave. You're going to see some inside pitching with those guys. We saw a little bit of that today as well.
Really did. I mean, a lot was made out of whether it was intentional or not. Jason Grimsley hit a batter. He hit Brian Daubach, and Brian Rose hit 2 guys in an inning. I mean, you know, those kind of things, you just got to say, wasn't intentional or not, in my opinion, watching the ball game all the way through, no way. Daubach gets hit after a squeeze play. That's the only one that was a little bit questionable to me. But Grimsley's control that inning was so erratic. You saw the one he threw to the backstop. And then Ricky Leday gets drilled. You know what? These Yankee hitters, and Bernie Williams got hit, but he never even moved. This was in the same inning. But to beat the New York Yankees, you've got to pitch everybody on that team hard inside, maybe with the exception of Shane Spencer because he's a pretty good inside hitter. And Brian Rose was inside all day. And you're going to see Pedro Martinez pounding fastballs in on these guys, too, because they all like to dive and they like to get their arms extended. You saw the pitch Leday hit for a home run. It was out away from him diving. Posada. I mean, these guys like the ball in. They don't like it in, but Shane Spencer does. And when he got one in, he left the yard. It was in and up, not in quite enough. But against the New York Yankees, with all these veteran hitters, that most of them crowd the plate, they all dive. You got to pound them inside to set up your off-speed stuff. So in my opinion, I didn't think any of those hit batters were on purpose today.
Yeah, meantime, you have the shortstops coming back, Jason. Of course, one can charter his own plane and pay for it and come back. That's Jeter. And Nomar back as well. But the Yankees seem to struggle more without their shortstop.
Well, you know, never in the history of this rivalry have the 2 shortstops meant as much as these 2 guys mean to their teams. And you can see what happened while they were away. Take a look. Now, the Yankees obviously statistically missed Derek Jeter more, and it's obvious why. The Yankees aren't as deep as they've been. They miss Derek Jeter's glove. They miss his leadership. They miss his bat. And they miss having a guy around who can charter his own plane. And there's Nomar. You can't exactly tell from these numbers how much they miss Nomar, but they had some very bizarre lineups with Manny Alexander DHing, with Jeff Fry hitting number 3. I mean, that's not the Red Sox. The thing about Nomar is, if you really look at the Red Sox, this is a flawed team. Nomar is the one constant. The same every day, does everything right. And now for the Yankees and the Red Sox, all is right with their worlds.
You know, Yankee fans really not used to this, seeing guys like Wilson Delgado, Clay Bellinger in there, Luis Sojo in Pittsburgh doing a nice job, but they let him go. We have an update for you right now. Game going on right now. Got the Expos and the Padres. Vladimir Guerrero, little bouncer, back up the middle, that's going through. Peter Bergeron coming around, pick up that bat. He's going to score. Vlad, going to third, rather. And in, you got men on second and third there. A 1-0 game right now. Guerrero with the RBI. You're in the bottom of the first inning. Go to the Marlins and the Reds right now. A little rain delay here. Bases loaded here. Sean Casey. Sean Casey lifts this one other way. Cliff Floyd going in. No! A little water squirting up there. Ken Griffey Jr. is going to come around. He scores. They're still in the 6th inning right now. Again, Juanito Santiago rips this one. One run will score. 2 runs will score. A 2-out shot, little 2-out lightning. And the Reds keep it going. We're going to stay in the 6th inning. Some update. Michael Tucker, other way. He's watching this one. It better go. Cliff Floyd going back. And no, it didn't go. Cliff Floyd. They gotta run these out. Dave, back in the day, they ran those out.
Yeah, Cliff said, Cliff says, as long as I don't have to come in and dive on that AstroTurf, I'll catch the ball.
5-4 right now, top of the 7th inning. Again, rain delay in this one. Earlier on, Rob Bell went 4, gave up 4 earned runs. Cliff Floyd, by the way, 2 for 3 with 2 home runs in this game. More in the National League now for the Braves. It's the best record in the National League. For the Astros, the horror. 7-run leads erased. Billy Wagner, 6 blown saves. Jose Lima, an ERA over 8. So what do? You close the roof. Over 90 degrees in Houston, so for the first time, they activate the shield at Enron in a regular season game. And they did it well before game time. Saw the forecast, 6 a.m., crank the AC, close it up. And here we go. Kent Caminiti putting this on Greg McMichael. Deep, Caminiti rips that 12th home run. 45th Astro home run at Enron. We'll talk more about the home runs in a moment. Astros down 1 at this point. Those are for Astro home runs, by the way. Top of the 8th, 4-3 Braves. 1 out, man on. Chipper Jones rips that on Shane Reynolds. Deep. And that's out of there. So it's a 6-3 game. Bottom of the 8th, still 6-3. Man on. Lance Berkman in there with Roger Cedeno out. Rips that out. 2-run home run. Astros within 1. It's a 6-5 game. Berkman with 2 home runs. Here we go. Running out. Bottom of the 9th. 6-5, and it's John Rocker. And Rocker having all sorts of problems. A little low there. Welcome Billy Spires. Then Jeff Bagwell. He walks a lot. Next man up. Caminiti. Rocker. No! A little outside. Wild pitch on Javi Lopez. Spires. Bagwell move up. So from there, intentional walk for Caminiti with the open base. Next man up. Rocker stays in the game with the bases loaded. And then look out. And that'd do it. Rocker take it out here, Jason, with a 1-0 count. It looks familiar to you.
Yeah, it does look familiar. And I was in the Astrodome last October, game 3 of their playoff series, tied 1-1, 10th inning. Bases loaded, no out. John Rocker comes in and gets out of it. First, they get the force of the plate, and then the play of the postseason. Walter Weiss got him. Now the bender, see you later. Little different evening for John Rocker from that one than this one.
Here we go. This one now. Back to Saturday. Bottom of the 9th, bases loaded. No outs. Kerry Lightenberg in here. Darrell Ward swung at that one. Could have been ball 4. He's still alive. And here, Ward shot to center. And now Andrew Jones with the gun. Was it respect or a little too much respect there, Dave?
No, I think with nobody out, you really can't send them there. Andrew Jones has got one of the great arms in baseball. Darrell Ward hits an absolute P, but right at Andrew. Spires heads back to tag up, but you can't go with nobody out and Richard Hidalgo, one of your best RBI guys, coming up. But the way the Astroluck's been going lately, just watch.
Hidalgo to third, and here we go around the horn. It's the horror. It's hard to watch for Houston or Astro fans. It just continues for them. 1-run games for the Astros this year. They're 1-13. Talked about Wagner, 4 of 10 in save opportunities. John Rocker having his problems as well.
Well, Rock needs to, worry about going strike one and strike two at all costs. I mean, he doesn't have command of the slider real well yet. And, he's just not getting ahead of hitters.
I honestly didn't know how I was going to do it or what I needed to do to get out of it. I was just, like I said, trying to throw everything as hard as I could and try to hit my spots. And, fortunately, Andrew made a nice play. They didn't tag, and, I got a break on the ground ball, and we got out of it.
We got lucky, the ball that was hit to center field, I mean, that ball's hit deep enough to score, but it was just hit so hard, that the guy couldn't get back.
I wouldn't say I'd asked to come in with the bases loaded every time, but, it's kind of a big step for me in getting back to where I was before and just, trusting my stuff and going out there and, proving that I'm back.
Well, here we go, the walking contradiction playing with this. The first 9 appearances for John Rocker. He's been walking guys anyway, but look at the ERA overall. He was getting out of jams early on. Wetland-esque there, but a .96 ERA through his first 9. His last 9, his ERA up around 10. Now he's walking more people than he was before. Arena baseball department, 118 home runs last year at the Astrodome for a full season. I know, Jason, you love this stuff. 91 home runs so far at Enron. We're not even a third of the way through. Bases loaded, no outs. You figure in arena baseball, you're going to get some runs. Well, sometimes yes, sometimes no.
No. One of the things I love about baseball is sometimes you see something and you say, hey, that's once in a lifetime. And then you see the same thing again. I mean, we saw this last October, one of the great, memorable October scenes I've ever witnessed. And then to have it come back again today, I guarantee you that everyone on both teams was thinking back to October. And when it was over, the Astros could be haunted by this one, even though it's not anywhere near the same situation.
And really points out, too, because this, in October, not this time last year, but in October, not really much separated those two teams. That great play at shortstop by Weiss made a huge difference.
Yeah, the baseball gods are not smiling on the Astros right now.
Still a lot of talent. It's amazing. Marlins and Reds, meantime, we get an update before we take a break here. Get some defensive excellence. Derek Lee is at the plate. Ken Griffey Jr. in center field, and that's not easy on that soggy turf. Again, after that rain delay, Griffey running that one down in a 5-4 game. Alex Gonzalez lifting one here. Dimitri Young back and, pick that off. Sometimes it's not as good as you think. I think that one goes over and just plucks it off the top of the wall.
Marlins wondering what they need to do to snap out of this 8-game losing streak. They hit 2 balls, think they got more runs, and they're still going to try to hang on by their fingernails here.
They got a 5-4 Marlin lead right now in the bottom of the 7th. We'll keep you up to date. We take a break here on Baseball Tonight. Coming up, it's the start of something special for the O's. Winning streak for the streaky Baltimore. Got the Cards and the Mets. No lead is safe. Mets had an early lead. Did it last? And coming up, top of the hour, Sports Center jumps in. Trey Wingo, Bill Pito. Knicks make a stand on their home court. That in Game 7, Avs and Stars. We're back right after this.
I love my new Toro personal pace self-propel mower so much, I'm letting my neighbors try it.
Wow, so simple to control. This is unbelievable.
He loves it.
It moves at whatever speed I'm walking, and it's easy backing up, too.
She's hooked.
No speeds to adjust. I want one.
I think they're impressed.
The revolutionary Toro Personal Pace Self-Propel Mower. It's a whole new way to mow. Test drive the Toro Personal Pace Mower and register to win a family vacation to Walt Disney World.
Talk to me about change.
Okay.
Seemed earlier in your career you seemed to struggle with larger bills, 10s, 20s.
I just wanted to pour Coors Light. It's never been about the money for me. If someone wants to give me exact change, fine. But I just really try and take it one beer at a time.
Your rookie year, you spilled an entire beer on top of a little old blue-haired lady while trying to break a 10. You're ridiculed in the press. Took you to a pretty dark place.
Beer man doesn't want to talk about that.
All right, suckers, ears up, minds open. Mrs. Jones is transmitting. Why are our sisters making less when they're busting their butts to the max? I'm speaking of pro women athletes. Are they playing any less hard than the fellas? Is their blood any less red? Whether it's tennis, track, or hoops, their sacrifice is the same. Yet women receive less. They deserve more. The more, the better. Free your mind and your game will follow. Can you dig it?
Baseball Tonight is brought to you by Toro. Always there with products to help you care for your yard.
Back here on Baseball Tonight, got the Angels and the Royals. Two teams pretty much same record. Above 500, right around there. And here, top of the third, Darren Erstad, American League batting leader going into the weekend. Rips this one out. 2-run shot on Jay Witasic. Erstad's 9th of the year. It's a 2-0 game. Bottom of the third, runner on for Jeff Rebele. And here to, Troy Gloss to Adam Kennedy. Dropped the ball. Now, George Fabregas thought he was safe. Fabregas didn't know he was safe. Jogs off the base of Bottenfield. Mike Scioscia go tag him. He's called out for running out of the baseline, as it turns out. I'll figure that out upon further review. Well, now he's out of the baseline. Certainly. That much we know. He just trots right off the field. Never saw him drop the ball. The next batter is Ray Sanchez. Lines this into center field. Jeff Rebele heads into third. Sanchez going to stop at second base. Rebele gets in there at third. So 2 runners on, only 1 out. And next man up is Johnny Damon. And ripping this one, base hit. 1 run will score. Ray Sanchez will score as well. His double ties the game at 2. Damon into second base. So now Jermaine Dye, 2 outs. Men on first and second. Puts this one the other way in front of Tim Salmon. Damon coming around. He's going to score. Jermaine Dye going into second with the double. Mike Sweeney going to try to score all the way. Whoa! Da-dee-dee. Tried to sneak in. Not this time. Didn't work for him. They're in a tight game right now. Top of the 8th. Royals lead it 3-2.
Got a kick out of Adam Kennedy. I mean, Ty Gloss was trying to push him to go run after the guy, and he said, hey, the guy's got to come back to second sometime if he wants to be safe. I'm just going to stand here. I'm not going to start chasing him all over the field.
He was just determined to be out.
All right, we'll get back to that. Anyway, update for you now. Phillies and the Dodgers. I love that. He's out of the baseline. He's in the dugout nearly. Here, Eric Carroll's getting back to this one as we recover. Puts it doing some damage off the top of the wall. Right over that side. Nice mural there. 2 runs coming in, and safe at second.
That's 2 nights in a row. Karras has hit the ball right on top of the wall. Eric, have another egg for breakfast.
Move in the fences. Come on.
2-0 right now, bottom of the first. So we'll keep you up to date on this one. Carroll's driving in 2 with that. Cards, 1-game lead on the Reds going into this one. Playing the Mets. Young fan there enjoying it. Good job, Derek Bell. First man up for those Mets, facing Andy Bennis. First time he's batted leadoff since 1994. Hits that base hit. Edgardo Alfonso rips that as well. Alfonso driving that. Bell's going to score. Alfonso over to second with the double to 1-0 Met lead. Next man up, Mike Piazza. 2-2 pitch. Oh, Jim Edmonds said, I had a good look at that blue. You're squeezing him. And look at this again.
Where is that pitch? That's what Andy Bennett is saying, and he appears to lose composure just a little bit because in a span of 5 pitches, this is going from a 1-0 game to a 5-0 game. He walks Piazza. Robin Ventura with the 3-run bomb. Next up, Todd Zeile. Next pitch, solo homer. 5-zip.
Now 11 first-inning home runs on Bennis in 10 starts. And there, nobody on for Mike Piazza. Other way. We've seen this before. Out it goes, 14th of the year. Opposite field shot once again for Piazza. And then Mark McGwire up, bases loaded, facing Pat Mahomes. Look out. That would rattle you, too. Bases loaded with Mark McGwire up. Fernando Vina coming around. He scores, and it ties the game up at 6. Bottom of the 4th. It's all tied up 6-6. Ray Langford with a man on third. Deep enough for that. Sacrifice fly. Edgar Renteria trotting this in. And right now, it's a 7-6 Cardinal lead. We're told it is pouring in St. Louis right now, so top of the 6th. They could be there a while.
Just another 5-run lead down the tubes. That's only 22 this month.
We will get to that. It plays historical perspective on the craziness in baseball this year. But coming up, there are Twins, and then there are the Twins. The Rangers concerned about both. We'll explain that and the impact at the top of the Ranger lineup. We'll be back.
Euro 2000 kicks off on June the 10th on DirecTV Sports in conjunction with Setanta Sport and Carlsberg. Order the entire Euro 2000 package today for only $149 or 4 payments of $37.25. Euro 2000 features some of the world's greatest soccer teams with up to 3 live games per day until the final on July the 2nd. To see Euro 2000 on DirecTV Sports, order with your remote on channel 263 or call 1-800-DIRECTV.
The most radical, no-holds-barred fighting event ever comes to America. The Pride Fighting Championships 2000. The world's toughest of the tough prove who's number one. The long-awaited return of Ken Shamrock. Plus, see Mark Coleman, Mark Kerr, Brazilian legend Royce Gracie, the Russian machine Igor Vovchanchyn, plus Japanese sensation Sakuraba and Fujita from the massive Tokyo Dome. The biggest fighting event ever on direct ticket pay-per-view.
It's not Duke, Carolina, but the feud between the field reporters and the anchors runs pretty deep.
Hey, move the utility van, Schwartz. I got work to do.
How about me? Put me on the program. Hey, guys. What's up?
Why don't you go work on another story we're not going to air?
With them, you got to watch your back.
Watch it, Bureau boy.
You want a piece of me, desk jockey?
It can get pretty ugly.
We'll update you right now here on Baseball Tonight. The Marlins and Reds, it's a 5-4 game in the 7th. Barry Larkin, bouncer the other way, grounds out, but taking a run as well. Pokey Reese was on third. He comes through, and now we've got a 5-5 game, bottom of the 7th inning. Again, rain delay in this one, setting this one back, but all tied up now in the bottom of the 7th inning. And this one now, a final. White Sox absolutely clubbed the Indians, 14-3, taking the first 2 of this series. Jarrett Wright took the beating, and now Chicago with a 2.5-game lead on the Indians in the American League Central. Well, Rusty Greer of the Rangers on the disabled list for over a month. He's had a pulled hamstring, bone spurs on his ankle, and a sore shoulder. And just when the Rangers' leadoff man was ready to come back to work, his wife gives birth to twins. Children rarely cooperate with the job scene. Lori Greer had a boy and a girl on Tuesday. The father of 3 now, leaving the Twins to face the Twins Saturday night, 2nd 3 in Minnesota. It's the best I could come up with. Ruben Mateo here in the 3rd, facing Joe Mays. That's the best Mateo could do. 2-run shot, rocks that out, his 7th of the year. We got 4-1 Ranger lead in this one. Greer would play, went 1 for 1. Meantime, the accent on the defense for the Rangers. Chase?
There may be no shortstop in the game with better range both ways than Royce Clayton. Here he goes left, throws at Jay Cannizzaro. Now he's going to go right into the hole. Oh, sorry, that was David Lamb.
All the way.
Clayton can go both ways, and he can do baseball tonight.
Here now, we pick it up at the bottom of the 5th inning, 5-4 game. Chad Curtis couldn't come up with that on Butch Husky. And going all the way to the wall. 2 runs coming in for the short route there. Twins up 7-4, top of the 7th. It's a 7-5 game now. Twins with the lead. 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs for Mateo. And Travis Miller popped him up. Got the out. Twins escape. And the Twins take this. 10-5 is the final. Pudge Rodriguez, 2 for 4, scored twice. Twins are 4-1 now against Texas after losing all 12 meetings with Texas last season. The Twins, by the way, Rusty Greer's twins, Mason and Taylor. Mason the girl, Taylor the boy.
And this now makes 40 consecutive days that somebody has scored 10 runs in a game.
Update for you here with the Royals and the Angels. Benji Molina, base hit the other way. This with 2 outs, and this doing loads of damage. 2 runs coming in. Up. Well, now there's 3 outs, but he drove in both runs. 5-3, Anaheim taking the lead in this one. Top of the 8th right now. Again, Erstad earlier on with the home run. Johnny Damon 1 for 2 in this. And Molina, good numbers as well, 3 for 4. So 5-3, they're in the 8th. Let's go to the National League. The Phillies and the Dodgers. Pat Burrell. Take a look at this kid. Kevin Brown takes a look. You know, breaking in now, you see a lot of these. 2nd home run of his major league career. These guys enjoy that baseball now. You see a lot of opposite field shots, but Burrell obviously has the bat that should make him a star in the major league.
Awesome power to all fields.
2-1 right now. They're in the top of the 2nd inning. All right, the A's trying to get closer to those Rangers who we just showed. Tim Hudson versus the Orioles. Orioles have won 4 straight. A's losing 7 of 10 going in. And here, Tim Hudson will get roughed up here. Olmedo signs, rips that. Brady Anderson couldn't get that. Terrence Long, Ben Grieve going to come around. A's take the 2-0 lead. Now we get to Tim Hudson, and talk about him a little bit, Jason.
Yeah, Tim Hudson's first 31 starts, 16-4, and you'll see why. In this day and age, it's a good thing if the ball never leaves the infield, and it doesn't with him very much. Strikeout of Cal Ripken. Tremendous sinking action on that whiff of Will Clark. Greg Myers, next victim. Only one fly ball out, first 5 innings.
Hudson getting some defense as well in the fourth. Bouncer away up the middle, and here Frank Menechino. Beautiful play. Hudson perfect through 4. Bottom of the 5th. A's up 2-0. Bases loaded, 1 out. And here, back up the middle, the throw for 1 out. Ramon Hernandez to first, and the double play to get out of that inning. It's 4-0 now in the bottom of the 8th.
He's playing a little short-handed. The Giambi brothers are both banged up, and Randy Velarde's attending his daughter's graduation, so 3 of their better players are hurt right now or missing in action.
Tim Hudson, by the way, 4-0 over his previous 6 starts. And they're looking to finish this one, just coming out now, but bottom of the 8th, and he's got a 4-0 lead as he goes take a rest, send it to the bullpen. Coming up, oh no, those Cubbies. Giants trying to keep him down. Russ Ortiz with some career highs and lows as well. We'll be back.
In the future, managers' lives will be simpler with online group profiles. Employees will order their own office products, and management will approve them with the touch of a button. Keeping the office fully stocked with Staples.com. The future is now.
Hey, Frank, did you approve my order?
Yeah, all taken care of.
He's a little odd, but he's a whiz with supplies.
Shop Staples.com today and get a half case of Georgia Pacific inkjet paper free with any order of $50 or more.
If your car is sluggish, or you sometimes use a lower quality gasoline, pour a bottle of Techron Concentrate Fuel System Cleaner in your tank. Then fill it with gas. Get the performance you paid for with Techron Concentrate from Chevron.
What can I do you for, young fella? Just a filter. Just the filter. Did anyone else hear that? Son, you put inferior oil filters in your engine, and it's not long for this world. Look, nothing's more dependable than America's #1 filter, Fram. You'll thank me someday. Youth.
Fram oil filters. Pay a little more now, or pay a lot later. And now Fram's rough-textured Sure Grip top makes changing your filter easier.
This Monday, the road trip fuels up for Memorial Day. Fire up your Fiesta with a baseball extravaganza. Jam-packed with 5 big games. The hottest hitters in the league flex their muscles and heat up the diamond. It's a backyard slugfest when the ultimate road trip rolls on with Memorial Day madness. Astros, Rockies at 4. Rangers, Tigers at 7 on ESPN. A's, Yankees at 1. Cardinals, Diamondbacks at 4. Mets, Dodgers at 7 on ESPN2. Monday.
Back here on Baseball Tonight, let's go to the Cubs and the Giants. There they are. And Julio Zaleta there. A rough day early on against Russ Ortiz, but he would hang in there, Jason.
Russ Ortiz had a bizarre day, but unhittable days. And Julio Zaleta strikes out the first time, strikes out the second at bat, strikes out the third at bat. Ortiz, 11 strikeouts, 7 walks, 1 hit, but he threw 120 pitches, so he had to leave. And that brought up Julio Zaleta against John Johnstone, and we was kind of happy to see that Ortiz out of there because he homers to tie the game, his first homer of his career.
Bottom of the 9th, it's a 2-2 game. Marvin Bernard up. Oh, dude, doubled him up. The line drive, not much you could do. So Don Baylor gets ready, Dave, for some extra innings.
Yep. Cubs haven't had too much success this year, and they haven't played very many low-scoring games. Henry Rodriguez, though, leads off, hits one down in that corner, and has a double. And with Henry's wheels, Don Baylor's going to make the move, get the pitch runner Chad Myers in. Going to play a little small ball here, and Zaleta does a great job of hitting the ball to the right side of the infield to advance the man to third. This is textbook how to get a run and just manufacture it. Jose Nieves gets a high pitch. No chance to throw Myers out at the plate. The Cubs take a 3-2 lead.
Zaleta, by the way, with his first Major League home run, that came in a 12-pitch at bat, so we had to earn it even there.
So think about this. Russ Ortiz in his last start gave up 10 runs and won. Today he gave up 1 hit and didn't win. Is this a crazy sport or what?
Career high 11 strikeouts, career high 7 walks for Ortiz. Rick Aguilera, 8 saves and 12 opportunities, which, you know, it's not good, but this year, who knows? Taking a break here on Baseball Tonight. Coming up, Diamondbacks don't have the big unit, but pretty tough to beat at the Bob. Why tonight has to be better for the Brewers. We're back after this.
Once again, a Subaru has received the highest possible rating in recent crash tests. The Legacy has beaten every car tested in its class. But the real story is that with our full-time all-wheel driving system, Subaru can help you avoid accidents altogether. The added safety of full-time all-wheel drive, #1 in crash tests. No wonder the competition keeps beating their heads against a wall. Subaru, the beauty of all-wheel drive.
Combat Rangers. They're rough, they're tough, they're battle-tested. They're lean, mean fighting machines. When there's a battle to be won, Combat Rangers get the job done. Making backyards safe for democracy.
Now, tell me why they're wearing dresses.
The commander uniforms didn't arrive from China.
That's because you picked the wrong shipping company.
Next time, use the only U.S. Express shipper with direct routes from China, FedEx. Be absolutely sure.
Matching night vision tiara sold separately.
Later on SportsCenter, it's D-Day and Big D as the Avs and Stars square off for a trip to the Stanley Cup Finals. The Ewing-less Knicks look to get a win against the Pacers in New York. And Tiger Woods continues his quest for a memorable weekend at the Memorial. SportsCenter coming your way after Baseball Tonight.
Let's update you right now here on Baseball Tonight. The Phillies and the Dodgers, 2 on for Desi Relaford. Shortstop watching this one fly out. And yes, Vin Scully way back it out. 3-run home run. Buries that. That's off Darren Dreifert, who's up and down, fellas.
Yeah, a little bit inconsistent with Dreifert. He's had some marvelous games this year, but he hasn't achieved that kind of consistency you like to see out of a starting pitcher where he's going to give you those 6 or 7 good innings about 4 out of 5 times.
4-2 right now. They're in the top of the second. Go to the American League. Then we got the Blue Jays and the Tigers. Go to Comerica. Phil Garner there, bottom of the second. Dean Palmer facing Peter Monroe with 1 on, and Palmer got a good piece of that. He's 1 for 4, but it's a big one. His 8th home run of the year. It's a 2-0 game. Meantime, Hideo Nomo, other side, and he's off to a pretty good start here in this one.
Yeah, he pitched for Phil Garner in Milwaukee last year. Garner saw a lot of this during the '99 season. The good splitter to Alex Gonzalez. And Carlos Delgado split city. Notice the difference in that one. That one went down and away. He can make that splitter do 3 different things.
Here in the top of the 5th, still 2-0 game. Bases loaded, and all that just got through. Shannon Stewart there. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. That on Davy Cruz. He almost had that. Stewart 2 for 4. He's hitting .361. Then in the 7th, Jose Cruz Jr. up. Hit that to Greg Jeffries. Coming to the plate. Got him. Tony Batista nailed at the plate. So it's a 3-2 game still in the 7th. Juan Gonzalez taken out of the game. He strained left foot. And here, Phil Garner staying with Nomo, Jason.
Yeah, Nomo had 116 pitches. He left them in to face Delgado, who he'd struck at 3 times. Look what happened. He gets the 3-2, has to throw a fastball. Delgado ties the game.
Now here, 3-3, Davy Cruz facing Paul Quantrill with 1 on, and that's going in. Puts that to right center. Brett Osmus coming around. He's going to score. Down underneath. And Cruz 2 for 4, hitting 9th, batting .287. And the Tigers take this 4-3. Doug Brocail, by the way, going the final 1 2/3. Did not allow a hit. This a day after giving up 5 runs in the 7th against these same Blue Jays. Brocail said, I always want to come back the next night after a game like that.
Now, speaking of inconsistent, Nomo has now gone 24 straight starts without winning 2 in a row.
Go to the National League now. Diamondbacks have won 10 straight at home, but more than likely things couldn't be much worse for the Brewers than it was last night. Down 6-0 in the first inning with Randy Johnson on for Arizona. Said Diamondback outfielder Luis Gonzalez, you kind of like your chances out there. Big unit with an easy win to start this series, 2nd of 3, Saturday. Pitchers getting in the action here at the plate in Arizona. Jason, Armando Reynoso here.
Look at this bunt by Armando Reynoso. I do not know how this ball stays fair. It's got glue attached to the line, I guess.
You
Finally,
can't do
Hernandez
that.
gives up. Look at this. How straight is this? It's like like he hit it with a pool cue.
You know, if you had seams, you couldn't do that.
Yeah, well, when you have a field, you don't have to worry about the drainage. You can make the baselines level.
There you go. It's a novel concept. Jason Beret, we love these pitchers hitting. What do we got here? Swing and a drive. Whoops.
Oh,
Nasty
no.
little hop. Could it be? Single? Double? We have a triple. And what's noteworthy about that? First triple by a pitcher this year. Probably the only zero left in any offensive category, right?
That's a good point. Then 2 men later, Mark Loretta 2 for 3. Rips out on Reynoso. Loretta hitting .326. Brewers take a 2-1 lead. Bottom of the 5th, 2 outs. Diamondbacks trail 3-1. And Rubio Durazo hits this one. Center field, that's getting in there. Marquise Grissom couldn't grab it. Durazo 1 for 2. Diamondbacks still alive in the inning. And then Steve Finley. They're just ripping it up. Finley hitting .337. National League RBI leader with 51 as he rocks out a 3-run home run. And then in the 6th, 1 out, runner on second. Jay Bell puts that through. Tony Womack coming around. He's going to score. Diamondbacks lead and go on to take this one 7-3. 11 straight at home for Arizona. Tony Womack has the hitting streak now up to 22 games. Oddly enough, he was 2 for 5, but left 6 men on base.
Yeah, Matt Williams didn't play today. Quick turnaround after a night game. Just a little precautionary. Give him a day off.
Taking a break right now here on Baseball Tonight. We've got news for the Devil Rays, and they're really not good news. We're talking about Jose Canseco, the injury update when we come back.
Follow the NHL playoffs with NHL Tonight every night on ESPN2. Many driving problems have been answered by Goodyear Innovation. What's on the horizon? More new solutions for your peace of mind.
Serious freedom. Goodyear, Goodyear.
These are the words me hear from my granddaddy. He said nothing in this world like when a man know him free. Free from the lock, I say free from the key. Free like a butterfly, free like a bee. These are the words me hear from my granddaddy. Said it's nice to be free, nice to be free. Free from the lock, I say free from the key. Don't be afraid of being free. 'Cause I'm free. Do what I want.
The Protégé series featuring the Intel Pentium 3 processor. Choose freedom. Choose Toshiba.
The top pro golfer made $25 million last year. The president, a few $100,000. What does that say about America?
All right, suckers, ears up, minds open. Mrs. Jones is transmitting. Why are our sisters making less when they're busting their butts to the max? I'm speaking of pro women athletes. Are they playing any less hard than the fellas? Is their blood any less red? Whether it's tennis, track, or hoops, their sacrifice is the same. Yet women receive less. They deserve more. The more, the better. Free your mind and your game will follow. Can you dig it?
Well, the Devil Rays have lost 11 of 13. Mariners take it 6-3 here, and it gets worse. Jose Canseco running in the outfield before the game strained his left foot. He goes on the 15-day disabled list. Alex Rodriguez, 2 for 5, brings that batting average up to a healthy .351. He's also number 1 in the league in on-base percentage. When we come back, got the Pirates and the Rockies, and a wild day involving Fred Kendall and Jason Kendall. We'll be back after this.
Coming June 2nd, we're proud to present another DirecTV Freeview event for you. A special performance by Barry Manilow on his 2000 Manilow Millennium Tour. This amazing performer plays all his fan favorites. Backed by a fantastic 31-piece orchestra. Manilow in concert. Free. Premiering Friday, June 2nd on Channel 103. Another DirecTV Freeview event.
People of Earth, do not be alarmed.
If they're looking for signs of intelligent life,
I'm the alien.
This guy's a freak show.
they'll have to look elsewhere.
No nostrils. How do you smell?
Awful. Trust me, I'm his roommate.
I'm from outer space! Oh, brother. Muppets from Space.
I wonder if there really is life on other planets.
Call 1-800-547-4DTV to order Total Choice HBO.
If you missed it the first time on ESPN, here's your chance to see what may have been the greatest tennis match ever. Agassi, Sampras, the Australian Open 2000. Unforgettable 5-set semifinal matchup. It's an instant classic that will get you warmed up for what could be a repeat at this year's French Open. Agassi Sampras, the Classic Clash, presented by American General, Monday at 7 on ESPN Classic. To get ESPN Classic, call 1-800-CLASSIC.
Back here on Baseball Tonight, Pirates and Rockies. Got a lot to talk about here. Fred Kendall, the Rockies pitching coach, did not attend pregame meetings to discuss Pirate hitters because those Pirate hitters, Jason Kendall, his son, they could have used some help. Jason Kendall, 4 for 5. I mean, not that unusual for him. He's a good hitter. Scored 3 times. Next man up here after that in the third, Will Cordero jumps on that on Scott Carl, puts that out. Wait, look out. People back there expect to be hit. Even there, it's a 4-0 lead. No lead, though, is ever safe at Coors Field. Jason, let's pick it up.
There's all kinds of ways to blow leads at Coors Field. Now watch this one. This is a 1-2 pitch to Tom Goodwin, called low. He just lays off it, turns into a walk. Then Lansing hits a blooper because the outfielders have to play in Aspen, and that makes it 5-1. Now Jeff Cirillo hits one that's going to land in the Boulder Triangle here. Now it's 5-2. Now Richie has Helton down 1-2, fouls off 5 pitches. 1, 2, 3. This one almost out of there. 4. I'm counting nicely, aren't I? That's 5, and kaboom. We have gone 5-zip to 5-5. Welcome to Coors Field, Todd Ritchie.
So now later, we got here in the 9th. It's 6-6, and Todd Helton leading off and putting this one out. We're not surprised on these anymore. Buddy Bell on Todd Helton. There are some low-maintenance guys on this club. He's at the top of the list, 7-6. This, by the way, the 21st time this month a team has won a game after it was down by 5 or more runs at the highest total since 1900. We have an update for you. The A's and the O's. Bases loaded for B.J. Surhoff. And, down the pipe. Struck him out on a 2-2. And it's a 4-0 game. Again, Tim Hudson doing the bulk of the work, getting them this far. 4-0 now in the top of the 9th.
Jeff Tam's been doing a good job for the A's. That setup man.
We're coming back here for Baseball Tonight. Jason, Dave, and I will be back midnight Eastern. We got a little doubleheader for you. We've got complete highlights of those games underway on the West Coast. When we come back, we've got more offense for you. The ball that went out.
There's another drive, rocketed deep toward left. Bonds to the track, to the wall, and we're tied. Ole, ole.
As the moments of history define our progress, so values define our character. The humanity that binds us, the integrity of our people, financial strength to provide certainty no matter where we are headed. The values that make New York life the company you keep.
Today we'll be making Mongolian beef with truffles tartuffe. Everyone, open your yellow pages under catering. End of recipe. Oh, what fun we've had today.
It's one of the most destructive forces on the planet, and now it's coming after your home. But new Thompson's paint will stop it every day, every season, all year long. New Thompson's House and Trim Paint, guaranteed for life. It's the paint that never takes a day off.
Hey, Dad.
Here's your ticket for this weekend's game. Don't lose it, okay?
Thanks.
Give him your ticket, Richie.
Treacher.
Tomorrow, it's going to be a heat wave in the Bronx. Two flamethrowers take the mound in a classic matchup with more than division standings on the line. Martinez, Clemens, Red Sox, Yankees. The ultimate road trip rolls on. Tomorrow at 8 on ESPN.
So you're locked out of your car. Is that the Stanley Cup?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The Stanley Cup Finals begin Tuesday at 8, only on ESPN.
Before you move in, would you like your driver's license changed to this address?
Yeah. Sure.
Great. Gas, telephone, sewers, hook those up for you?
Yeah, I'll check the telephone and gas.
I'll get the sewer. Thanks, Robin. Home entertainment, cable TV, satellite, or Ringo Star?
It's a little help from my friends.
If moving into your new home were this easy,
Ringo
will be fine.
Yeah, Ringo.
you wouldn't need Century 21. Learn more about our connections program at century21.com.
Oh, that was a bad hair day, eh?
Going, Going, Gone is brought to you by Century 21, the official real estate organization of Major League Baseball. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Go.com.
Oh, we've got some home runs. The Yankees had 4 home runs against the Red Sox. They had a league low in allowing home runs. Jorge Posada up to 10. And we've got all sorts of statistical offensive information. Jason.
Yeah, well, Yankees have hit now 4 homers in a game against the Red Sox 21 times and won all of them. Meanwhile, Todd Helton, 2 homers, 4 for 4 today. The 4th time this month. He's had 4 more hits in a game. Only 2 other guys did that in the 90s. Larry Walker in 97, Joey Cora, May of 97.
Tony Perez had his number 24 retired by the Cincinnati Reds. He had, what, about 1,652 RBIs. That was the most for anybody not in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Now he's, of course, going into the Baseball Hall of Fame, but he would have had a few more had he had this type of era in baseball around him. Let's get an update for you with those Reds and those Marlins. Cliff Floyd up with the bases loaded in a 5-5 game. This is a double play ball. Back over to first, and no! So that scores a run. Sean Casey said, 6-5 now. Bottom of the 8th inning. Marlins have the lead. Of course, we'll have all the latest for you and all the updates for you coming up 1 hour from now. We'll talk about Tony Perez and all the other great Reds. Had their numbers retired for right now, though. Brian Kenny for Jason Stark and Dave Campbell. We've got Sports Center coming your way. Trey Wingo, Bill Pito are standing by. Again, when we come back, we'll talk about all the other great Reds, Tony Perez, and also the Yankees and the Red Sox, Pedro and the Rocket coming up tomorrow. Here's Sports Center.